Hi, I'm Panda Hershey, and welcome to Coffee and Cosmos. If you've been trying a new path forward with sincerity in a really important relationship, and it's clear a big conversation is coming soon, you're right where you're supposed to be. The second half of November is about genuine collaboration, not just saying what you think people want to hear, but being honest about what truly works for you. Because the cosmos is giving you a chance to stress test the plan before setting it fully in motion. Mercury is retrograde right now, while the Sun is moving forward through the same degrees of the Mercury portal until November 28th. And that combination invites you to act on what you believe and watch what happens, to test your assumptions in real time. This phase actually began on November 12th, but the middle stretch from November 18th to the 22nd is where the honesty deepens. On November 19th, Mercury is opposite Uranus for the second time, but now at 29.5 degrees of Scorpio. And that's the moment that you get to see what's really been happening beneath the surface. You might realize how the other person feels about who you are now, and that you're not who you used to be. That recognition opens the door to a deeper, more vulnerable conversation on November 20th, when Mercury meets the Sun at 28 degrees of Scorpio. It's a heart-to-heart transit, a moment to get together and bring honesty into the open. So make space for that conversation if you can. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just be honest about what's real for you right now. And this is where truth begins to create clarity, so that on November 21st, when the Sun is opposite Uranus at 29.5 degrees of Scorpio, you can put that conversation into motion and keep testing the plan as it evolves. If you stay with the process, you'll both have a chance to understand where the other person is coming from a few days later on November 24th, when Mercury meets Venus at 23 degrees of Scorpio. This is the moment to truly appreciate what the other person feels and to express your own truth with kindness and clarity. Remember, appreciate doesn't always mean like, but it does mean you get it. And hopefully they get it too. Be open to another discussion and possibly yet another change of plans as even more honesty comes to the surface. This may be when you realize that this year's paradigm shift has helped you either grow together or grow apart. Think of it as a bridge building opportunity, a chance to say, here's what I value, here's what I'm willing to do, what would make this workable for you? And then give each other time to sit with it. On November 27th, Saturn moves forward again, marking a turning point in your year, because this is where the work that you've been doing all year starts to ripple outward, not just in relationships, but across your entire life. So ask yourself, who do I want around me as I move forward? Who supports my growth and aligns with the deeper changes in who I'm becoming now? You may feel different on the inside, but now it's about living that difference on the outside with other people. Over the next 2.5 months, you'll be refining and embodying those lessons and practicing discernment and recognizing who is truly aligned with your evolving self. By November 29th, the answers may become clear in that relationship, because that's when Venus is opposite Uranus and Mercury stations direct on the same day. So that's when the testing phase ends, and what remains is the truth. And how much you've learned depends on how honest you've been and how thoroughly you've tested. But now you get to move forward with clarity and a bit more confidence. As December begins, Mercury will retrace its steps, but moving forward through those same degrees that you just tested. And that means everything that you've learned over the past number of weeks will get a second chance to work better. The first half of December is all about rebuilding through honesty, refining communication, adjusting commitments, and integrating the lessons you've learned through genuine collaboration. So, if it feels like you've been in a long emotional experiment, that's exactly what this phase is about. It is not about perfection. It is about alignment through honesty. You're just calibrating your connections and your communities to match the new you. And that's the point of this Mercury retrograde, to see yourself clearly through your most important relationships and recognize there's still a bit of growth left to unfold. If you want to go deeper into this Mercury cycle, to understand the twists, turns, and timing of your own relationships, you can still watch my Mercury Retrograde Masterclass, and it walks you through the entire portal so you can navigate the rest of this retrograde with patience, compassion, and hopefully a clear map forward. Thanks for joining me for Coffee and Cosmos. If you found this helpful, like the video, share it with a friend who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss the December forecast.